So for the autism section, we've changed the order a little bit in version 2, and I'm going to administer it in that regards, and make some recommendations in general of how to manage this section. So the most important thing is that if an ADOS has been done or they're being seen as part of the ASD protocol, you really do not need to do these sections because they've already been well characterized. This is really here as addressing a comorbidity in the other populations. Okay, so I'm going to start with A3 just as a lead-in, particularly for populations that ASD is not a primary concern. I think it's just a more logical mechanism of getting into this domain. Also, in version 2 rather than version 1, we start with the ASD section, and the social pragmatic section will be done after that, sort of based on the information collected here. Okay, so would you say that Michael has difficulty making friends? Does he prefer to play on his own?
He has trouble making friends because he's shy. He has some friends though.
Okay, so would you say he prefers to play with his friends or play on his own?
Definitely with friends, yeah.
Okay, so he's maybe a bit shy at first in meeting new people, but once he gets over that, he's able to make friendships, and that doesn't seem to be an area of concern for you?
No.
No? Okay. Do you think Michael has any difficulty sort of in nonverbal communication? Does he have difficulty with eye contact or reading nonverbal communication from other people?
Just the eye contact at the beginning, because he's shy. When he gets shy, he kind of doesn't look people in the eyes.
But once he gets to know people, would you say that generally his eye contact is reasonable?
Yeah.
Okay. And generally, do you think he understands kind of general social communication or nonverbal information? So like pointing, nodding with people, if people are kind of getting grumpy or upset with him, do you think he generally reads those cues?
Yes.
Okay. Does he use some of those cues as well?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. What about interacting with other people? So once he gets over his initial shyness, would you say that he initiates social interactions with people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he knows them well, yeah.
So he'll start a conversation or start an interaction with somebody that he knows?
Yeah.
Okay. And with other kids, does he have a sort of a back and forth conversation with people?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. What about if other kids come up to him and say his name? Will he respond to them?
Yes.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you. At this point, I'm going to stop because they have not actually met criteria for any of these kind of core symptoms of ASD, so I'm not going to persist with the other domains. If I had gone through this and they did not meet for autism, but there was enough concerns with regards to social communication, but not with restricted patterns of behavior or idiosyncratic traits, then you could go on to the social pragmatic communication. But in this instance, she's given me enough information that this is not a domain that I would be concerned about. So again, as a clinician, I would go in and indicate these as 0 because they're not an area of concern. Of course, if you weren't sure, you could go ahead and go through those items to see whether or not they met criteria.